We had a lot of really very nice discussions during the 2-day retreat. And one thing that came up a lot among these people, some of who were past participants and regular students, and some who were new, one thing that came up was, a lot of people had in common, was that they had kind of a judgmental presence in themselves. And that, I think, is fairly common and worth reflecting on. Who is this judgmental beast that sits and tells you that, you're not good enough, you're not this enough, that enough, and actually, lives from a judgmental point of view. It means living from the head. So what we are trying to do, obviously, with the practice is we are trying to live from the heart and deeper, the whole system, from the deeper self. And, it's a difference between being a critic, a life critic, or a life appreciator. And I like to use those words because when I did my doctoral dissertation at Indiana University, I wrote it on the difference between criticism and appreciation. And it was, a kind of philosophical dissertation without a lot of scientific investigation, but more philosophical discourse based on what other philosophers had come to. And, I wrote about it in relation to education, art education specifically. And, when you look at a painting, the tendency for most people is to look at it from the point of view of the brain and the identity that you are in, your critical faculty. And when you look at a painting, you say, oh, well, it's from that and that period, it's similar to so-and-so artist, it's that and that style. It's all information-based, so, and it's either good or bad according to certain criteria. But when you're looking at a painting, and in education, you can guide students towards that way of seeing, an appreciative way of seeing, which is to open your inner space to what you are looking at. It just has a kind of clung of colors, and it resonates with you in this and that way. And that's a much more immediate way of relating to what you're looking at. And that's more what we are doing when we are looking within ourselves and looking at the life we are having. Do I appreciate it? Am I just open to it? Or do I critique it all the time? Say, well, this is no good, that's no good, I'm no good, he's no good, she's no good, or it's not the way it should be, it's not perfect. And we have all these criteria that we apply. But if we just open our heart and really allow whatever we are looking at to, as much as possible, merge with us, and we feel the energy resonance in a person, in an animal, in a view, whatever we are looking at or relating to, we open and feel that deeper flow within ourselves, and we feel that deeper flow as we resonate with something or somebody else. And this is just a matter of practice. Everybody can do that. But the thing that happens, as we reach inside to do that, is there are things in us that feel resistance to it. It's not so easy to let go and to tune in and to really accept the hindrances on the way to really appreciating the deeper energy flow and unity in what we see or experience. It's not easy, but it is pretty simple if we can apply this process of looking with an open heart, looking to open our heart if it isn't open, and the whole system. So I think that's a very common state of a lot of people. So if that rings any bells with you, try to remember to consciously, when you're out and about and relating to a situation that might be difficult, worthy of criticism, of course, on some level, what good is it to criticize it? Judge it. Doesn't serve you really. What serves us is to open to it and let it break up or melt the hindrances in us, the resistance in us, and that we really can feel that we merge with what we see and realize the common reality of the self that gives birth and life to all.